All right, welcome back. This is part two. We're going to pick up where we left off. We're going to take that same radio where we know the transformer's bad, but we're going to do it with signal injection this time instead of checking for voltage. And then we're going to go on. We're going to look at how to check the chip and then how to actually check the speaker with signal injection as well. Okay, so what I've done is I've already hooked up my positive and my negative. I got my 9 volts. We're good to go. All right, so let me get my signal injection here. We are set up for FM, so frequency's 10.7, amplitude 1 volt peak to peak. Modulation type, we're set up for FM. Let's see here, come on, type. FM, where are we going with this? And internal. So FM frequency, we got 1,000 kilohertz and a deviation of 22.5 kilohertz. Of course, we knew all that from our notes from before. So, all right, so let's go with our frequency, 1,000 kilohertz. I'm going to turn my radio on. We're set up for FM. Of course, we know it's not working. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start. I know I had a problem somewhere in between here, so I'm going to start here at the base, at my detector. I've got a good tone. I'm going to go to the base of this transistor. I've got a good tone. Unlike the first video, I actually adjusted the transformer so we get a tone we could actually hear. So I've got a tone here. I've got a tone, but we can barely hear it. I've got a tone, it's a little bit weaker. Got it, it's a little bit weaker yet. I really can't hear it at all. So, in injecting the tone, I want you to notice one thing. Notice that the problem we had, which we know is this transformer is bad right above Q5. Well, that is my amplification. That voltage coming down that feeds that transformer, that is why I'm getting my amplification. So notice that as we go from here, I have no amplification. But then when I come over to this side, now I've got amplification. Now it's even louder. So this is how the amplification's working in my radio. So that's one way. If I'm doing signal injection, I'm going to notice it because I'm going to lose amplification. So at that point, hey, that's where I've got a problem. Now, we're going to move on to my chip. Now, note my chip. I can look at my chip. I can pull up the specifications. It's going to tell me whether I should have highs and lows or specific readings. But I'm going to do this with signal injection. So one of the first things I know, if I know I got AM works, then I know I don't have to worry a whole lot about my chip because 6, if you'll notice 6 on my chip, which powers my chip, automatically receives power even before the switch. So it means that this is my final amplifier. It has to work in order for my speaker to work. So 6 has power. We've checked it. Now I can inject the signal on 3. And notice, let me see here. What we need to do is we need to take our we need to actually go back. We need to turn our modulation off. We need to go to our frequency because I cannot hear 10.7 megahertz no matter how good a hearing I have. So I need to go to my frequency. I'm going to change my frequency to 800 hertz, which is more comfortable for me. And I'm going to inject that on 3. I've got it on 3. I can hear it on my speaker. Now, so I've checked my chip. I've done my injection on my chip, and I can see I have a signal out. Now I can hear my speaker, but if I still can't hear something, before I say my chip is bad, I want to make sure my speaker is working. Now, one of the things my speaker, remember this is amplifying to drive my speaker. If I do this right off of there, I can't hear a thing. Okay, I'll put this on test point 1, let's go to my speaker. Well, I can't hear anything because 1 volt peak to peak won't drive my speaker. So what I need to do is I need to turn my volts peak to peak up. Now I'm going to turn them up to a good 20, which will barely get us so we can hear it. Go back to my frequency. We listen close. I can hear it. I can hear the speaker. I can hear it lightly. You can go as low as 10 volts peak to peak and possibly hear the speaker. But I can hear it, I know my speaker's good. Now, of course, I can do a continuity check too on my speaker because I know I have an 8 ohm speaker in there to tell whether or not it's good. These are just a couple more things you can do to check the radio. You know, if If you can confidently do this, you're confident in yourself, you should have no problem troubleshooting one of these radios in 15 minutes. So take good notes and prepare yourself, know your tech data, and understand how your radio works before you start. All right, thank you. Good luck.